Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, there's two things I want to talk about today. I think it's really important. Before I deleted my other YouTube channel, I touched a little bit on this topic, but I want to bring it up again because I've been getting so many messages and text messages and stuff, people asking the question. I guess a lot of people right now are at this point in their life that they're experiencing what we say to Mandela Effect. And like I said, this is a personal journey, and it's happening to everyone at a different pace. I guess the creator knows how much we can handle without overloading us. So yeah, some of us have already went through this phase, and some of us are just now reaching it. And I want to get into the whole thing about the best way that I can explain it is we're running into ourselves. I had a couple of stories that I wanted to share, and I might have shared one on, like I said, my old channel. I'm not sure, but I'll share it with you now. I don't even know how many months ago. It must have been about 6, 7 months ago. I have a rabbit, so I was trying to fix her cage, and I was trying to figure out like where I could put this and where I could put that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hang this up right here on her cage so it's easy access, and I'm gonna go get the glue gun. So I go get the glue gun and I'm fixing it, whatever, and I run out of glue, and I'm like, okay, I know where it is. It's in the kitchen. So I go into the kitchen drawer, and in the drawer there was a roll of double-sided tape, very strong double-sided tape. So I looked at the roll and I says, you know what, that might work. But then I'm like, no. Now, mind you, I didn't even touch the tape. I was just looking at it in the drawer, and I was like, no, she'll probably eat it. She'll find a way to eat it, and everything I did was for nothing. She'll just destroy it. So I'm like, let me just stick with the glue. So I get a thing of glue out of the bag, and for the glue gun. And it was really weird because I don't know why, but when I held this glue stick in my hand, I held it like this, and then I put my other hand over it, and I'm walking out of the kitchen, walking into the room to go put it in the glue gun. And I'm saying to myself, why are you walking like that with the like it's like this hot commodity, like you're afraid to drop it. Like I'm saying to myself, like, why are you holding it like that? I thought it was funny. I didn't know why. So I sat down on the floor, and I go to reach over to get the glue gun. It's already plugged in, and put the stick in there. And as soon as I do that, there's the tape right there. The double-sided tape is right near the glue gun. I remember just like freaking crawling backwards, like going backwards, going like, dude, what the fuck? I did not touch that tape. It wasn't out of my hand. And the funny thing about it is now I understand why I walked with the glue stick like this. So there would be no doubt in my mind, subconsciously, right? There's no doubt in my mind that I had nothing else in my hand. That roll of tape was right there near the glue. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've had these experiences now it's just a normal part of life that I think that if it doesn't happen, it freaks me out at this point. Even though I know all this, your brain still needs that time to just comprehend it, because it kind of like short circuits for a second. And I short circuited. I called my girlfriend up, and I'm like, who am I? Tell me who I am. What kind of person am I? And she's like, what the fuck just happened to you? And I'm like, just tell me who I am. Where do I live? What do I do? What do I like? All of it. And she's like, you're Gloria. And she just went through the whole thing. And she's like, why are you breathing like that? She's like, you're freaking me out. Tell me what happened. So I explained to her, and she's like, okay, just calm down. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm calming down. I know what this is. And it took me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It took me a little bit. But, and since then, so many things have happened. I'd love to share them, and I'd love to hear your stories too. Somebody had commented on my last video, my first and last, well, the video prior to this, Dream Life, I think it was. And they had said that one of their coworkers had told their manager that they called them ugly. And I don't know if this is a male or female Dream Life, and they said that they would never do something like that. They would never call anybody that. They would never, that's not the type of person that they are. Yet this person said that he did. These things are happening so much, so much. Um, I'll tell you another thing, and Dream Life, if you're listening to this, I hope that my experiences help you. You're not crazy. This is really happening. Um, Me and my son were very close, and when there's certain things in your life that happen that just make you crack the hell up. Like years could go by and you could still think of this shit out of nowhere. Say at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're trying to go to bed, and it just pops into your head, and you just lose your shit laughing. Me and my son, we have about like four things throughout his life that was so profoundly funny that we still talk about it today. And he was a little boy, and we don't forget it. And some nights we're hanging out at like 1 in the morning and smoking cigarettes and just talking about life in general. And I got him into the whole zodiac thing and how he follows it, which is so fantastic. And I brought one of these things up, and I'm like, oh my God, I started laughing. He's like, what are you laughing at? And I was like, do you remember this, that, and then, blah, blah, blah. And he looks at me and goes, what are you talking about? He's like, that never happened. Guys, I I just looked at him, and I mean, I could imagine the look on my face. Like in a way, I felt like sick to my stomach, because these are things that we shared like so much. We've talked about so much. We laughed so much about, and he doesn't know what I'm talking about. He doesn't. And I really did. I felt sick to my stomach for a while, and I just looked at him, and I'm like, oh my God, And then he was like, oh wait, yeah, no, I don't know, yeah, no. And he was going back and forth with it, like he really was trying to remember. And I just let it go. I changed the subject, and I went into something else. But I felt so, I guess, not alone in some ways. Like what the fuck, like it's it's not fun. Those things aren't fun, and they are happening, and they're happening to a lot of people. Our friends don't share our memories. They have different memories than we do. They remember us being at parties at places that we've never been to. um like I said, I've had a person come over to me and be like, hey, Gloria, how are you? It's so great to see you. Wow, we get to see you 2 days in a row. Thank you for the advice. And I had mentioned this in another video. Thank you for the advice that you've given me, yesterday. It helped me so much. And he hugged me. And I was like, dude, I don't even know who the fuck you are. I have no fucking clue who you are. And somebody else in the store was like, hey, it's good to see you today again. And I'm like, holy shit. It's happened so much. Yeah. So you kind of gotta, at this point, just look at it and go, wow, I hope I was really good to these people. I hope I was really good to these people, because, I don't want anybody to hate. So, yeah, and I call it kind of running into yourself. You're running into yourself. And it's happening more and more and more. It's like the same thing with my girlfriend. Oh, I'm going to go to the store and go pick up fucking a can of sauce because she doesn't have any, and then she goes into the kitchen and there's a can of sauce, but she never left the house. Things like that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but you have to go with the flow. You have to go with the flow. And the other thing that I want to talk about, especially people that are experiencing this now in their lives, are having such a hard time that it's putting them in a deep depression. I mean, you have those that got hit with a depression for absolutely no reason at all. They can't climb out of it for fucking no reason at all. Okay. And then there are those that are experiencing all these things, and it's putting them in a depression because they feel like their partners are no longer the same people, because they don't relate to what's going on. And their friends think that they're crazy, and they feel like they're going crazy, that they just get into a really deep depression. This is a really, I say really a lot. This is a hard topic for me to get into because, like I said, I'm an empath, and I feel, not only reading what people have been sending me, but I feel their pain, which I've never learned really how to shut off. So I kind of get it in all directions. But people are in a major, major depression, and they don't want to They don't want to go on, you know. I've had some people tell me that nothing is the same anymore, and there's no reason for them to be here. You know, they've lost everything. They've lost everyone that they once knew. And they're kind of just staying away from society and sleeping all the time and just giving up. And then you have those that are experiencing the shifts, Mandela effect. I hate calling it that, but saying that, but calling it. But that are also going through this quick depression, you know, and they can't take it. You, they just can't take it. And like I said, they're giving up. I want to put this message out there, okay? And I hope that it helps some people. I've gone through it also. And I shouldn't say gone through it, but I get doses of it where it knocks me on my ass, and the only thing I want to do is just sleep. You know, it's hard for me to face things and all that, and I kind of give up myself sometimes. But then the next day or a few hours later, whatever the case may be, I snap out of it. You know, I pull myself out of it, and it just comes and goes. It comes and goes depending on, I guess, the frequencies or whatever whatever we're getting hit with. Okay, but it's I'm not giving anyone any medical advice. You can deal with a doctor with that, and I don't think much of doctors, but that's just my opinion. But I just want to say, running to an antidepressant, any kind of SSRI, while you're going through this, I mean, it's up to you. If you feel that it's going to help, it's up to you guys. Go ahead and do it. I feel that that's poison. You know, some of them are poison. The chemicals, and some, but all of them are poison. The chemicals they put in there. I mean, if you do research on Prozac is actually a placebo pill. It's the other chemicals that they put in there that fuck up your body and fuck up your brain. But other than that, it's just a placebo pill. It does nothing to serotonin, because serotonin is not measured. You can't tell. Nobody even knows if the link between lack of too much serotonin, anything like that, has anything to do with depression. But like I said, if you feel that you want to take something because it's going to help, go ahead. But Prozac is known to be it's a placebo pill. And if you took a handful of raw almonds every single day, it will have the same effect as, you know, an antidepressant that's actually not trying to kill you. It actually helps with the balance in your brain. Also, if you were to do walking 10 minutes a day or treadmill, 10, 15 minutes a day, it actually balances your brain chemistry. Yeah, so that helps. But it's really, really, really important that you go through this, because what's happening, even like I said, even if it's depression that came out of nowhere, or if it's just your surroundings changing and your whole life just like, what the fuck is happening? Everyone is different and everything is changing. Whichever one it is, which is really all the same thing, but you have to look at it. You have to get out of this hole, this rut, and say, you know, oh, this sucks and my life is over, and, you know, my spouse is not the same person and my children are fucking crazy now, or whatever. You know, you have to go through it. It's so important that you understand that those that are awake, your story ended. Your old story ended. And your new story is waiting for you to write, to live. And you have to go through the mourning process of letting people and things go. And I'm not telling people not to love their family or their spouses. No, but you have to understand this is real. This is happening. This is your personal journey. You could love them all you want. Don't expect them to understand. Don't expect them to be who they were, because they're not, because you are not. You are not. You're shifting and you're meeting a different aspect of everyone in your life. You are shifting. They are not the same people. Okay? But you could love them because they're souls, right? We're all souls. But you have to understand you are changing. Your life is trying, your story is trying to write itself again because now you are awake. And you have to look at everything that you're going through. You have to accept it. You have to surrender to it. And you must hold your head up. Do not sink. Do not contemplate stupid shit, okay, that people have been telling me that they've been contemplating. And if you do, let it in one ear, let it out, not in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Think about it and then let it go. Don't act on this shit. The more depressed you are and the more you feel this, it's trying to show you just how lost you were in your story, how attached you were to your story. And some people didn't have such great lives. They've had terrible upbringings, terrible childhoods, terrible marriages, terrible relationships, whatever the case may be. But yet they refuse to let go of it. They're mourning it. Let go. When you do this, you're still going to go through the motions. Don't get me wrong. You're still going to go through the fucking motions, okay? But you'll have an understanding that this is for your better. This is for your good. This is because you have closed the book to your story. There's nothing else there. The last page has been read. It's done. And a new book has opened. And every page is clean and crisp and waiting for you to fill it in with your new experiences. Okay? And the way you do this is go through the motions of what you have to go, but help yourself. Get the fuck out of bed. Don't tell me, but I have no motivation to go to the gym. You don't need motivation to go to the gym. You don't need motivation to go for a walk. If you wait to be motivated to do these things, you will never do them. You get the motivation when you do them. If you're going to wait for motivation to go to the gym, you can wait all fucking year long. It's not going to happen. Go to the gym, because once you're there, that's when you get motivated. That's when motivation starts, when you're actually doing it. Okay? Do something. Do whatever it takes. I don't care. Take long showers, hot baths, buy yourself fucking ice cream. Do whatever it takes. I'm not telling you to pretend that the depression is not happening. I'm telling you, go through the motions. Look at what it's telling you. Look at what you're letting go. Look at why you're depressed. Okay? Let it go. Let go of the attachment. But take care of yourself in the process, and start to think of things that you would like to do, things that maybe once made you happy, that you want to try again, or things that you always wanted to do or become. Not that you have to become anything, because you're already everything, but maybe things you wanted to experience. Start to look at them, even if you don't act on them. Think about them. Whatever makes you smile. For me, I like to sit in my yard and I look at the ducks, and when I sit there, they all come over and they're the cutest little thing, and they all fight for attention, and they'll run after each other and start fighting just because they want all the attention, you know, and I sit there and hang out with them, and they surround me. There's got to be about 20, 30 of them out there, plus these little baby duckies. Oh my God. Yeah. Do whatever it takes, but understand this is a blessing. And it doesn't feel like it, but it is. Please trust me. And there's only so much that I could talk about at one time, because I don't want to overload people. I will get to things slowly. Okay. And accept it. Don't beat yourself up. Especially for the things, you know, with the life review things. Oh, I should have did this and I should have never did this. And stop. It's a new book. Write it. Write it the way you want it, because now that you're awake and you're starting to see that reality is just an illusion, and you do create your story. You really, really do. Yes, some things are predetermined and there's free will and a little bit of free will, but you do. And I will get into this a little bit deeper, because it's going to take a really long time for me to explain how you do Create it. You really do. Start anew. Allow this time to go through what you're going through and start looking forward to things, even though you can't find a single fucking thing that makes you happy right now. Figure it out. Find something, anything. I don't know how long this will last for you because, like I said, it's your own journey. And I feel that when you surrender to it and you finally accept that this is happening and it is showing you there is more to life. There's more to this shit. You are not who you think you are. And the more you understand that and accept it, you're able to start creating anew, a little at a time, guys. Believe me when I tell you, it's a little at a time, but instead of being in a fucking hole 24/7 where you think about committing suicide and that makes you happy because you feel that that's an actual outlet for you. That's fucking sad. And those who, all right, those who do think about suicide, and I will get into this just a little bit now, but in another video, I definitely will. Because like I said, I don't want to push it. But if you think suicide is an out, you're so wrong. Because you will die in this reality if you commit suicide, but you will wake up in the next. And in the next, you were saved. You didn't die. But you will be pushed back to deal with it again. You will deal with the whole fucking thing all over again. Only the things that were miserable in this reality will be 10 times worse in the other reality because you will be pushed back. So don't think about suicide. Look at this as a blessing. Although, like I said, it doesn't feel like it. It is. The whole awakening thing is as scary as it is. It is happening. Somebody had asked me a question on a show that I did with Brian Stabley and Paul Knight. I did a couple of weeks ago. It was a caller, and she asked me, what do I think happens with the body when it dies and all this stuff. I have to tell you something, okay? And like I said, I don't want to overload, but you are not your body. You've never left home. You're still with the Creator because you're part of the Creator. You never left. You are tapping, oh God, I don't even know how to put this into words. Let's just say, okay, here's a Creator, everything and no thing. And here are you. You're a thought in his mind, so now you're created. You are right near him. You never left. It's like you're watching a movie of your life and you're creating your life. It's no different than you're sitting down on the couch watching television and you get lost in the characters on television. Same thing. You never left home. He's always there and you're always next to him. You tapped into this to have the experience. Your soul is not in your body. Your soul is home. Your mind, your thoughts, this experience is in the mind of your soul. And I hope that makes sense. It's hard to put into words, but I hope it makes sense. Okay, now I'm sweating to death. I try really hard to put these things in a way that it could be understood, but it's really difficult. I hope that it helps some people. Leave your comments. Like I said, I do the best I can to get back to them. The other video I did, I think I got 100 comments, and I hope I answered every single one of them. And if I'm not able to answer every single one of them, I will definitely do my best to address it on the next video, to answer it on the next video. Thank you so much for stopping by and, hearing my message. And remember, okay, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Start thinking about things that you think might make you happy, because when you're in a depression, you can't really think of anything that makes you happy, because nothing does, obviously. But start thinking of things that you once wanted, maybe love, or in a certain way, or you want to be cared for a certain way, or you want to meet your soulmate, whatever. Fantasize about it, because you're going to create it. Like I said, your old story, that book is closed, and the new one's waiting for you. With that, I love you all, and I'm going to go for a run, and I will see you back here probably in a few days or by the end of the week. I love you all.